What do you think, Harold, on the go? But just back to Tillerson for a second. Do McCain and Graham and others hold their ground enough to make this a real problem for Donald Trump?
Well, I didn't hear them say they would vote against him. I heard them say he's got to explain this.
Right.
And if look, Rex Tillerson is a successful guy, smart guy. He's negotiated great deals on behalf of Exxon, on behalf of employees there, shareholders. And if he's now going to take that skill set and work on behalf of the country, I think the country could be well served by that. I'm a Democrat. I would not have chosen him. But if you look at the body of work, and I think Tillerson's a smart guy. He realizes these tough questions are going to come his way. And if he does not convince not only Lindsey Graham and John McCain, he's going to have a hard time convincing other Republicans if he wishy-washy. I think the one to watch more so to me is Sessions. Mark and I were having a conversation off air. I think the way Democrats not go after him, but probe him and force him to correct or at least explain his record, not only will it have impact on whether or not he's confirmed, but will become the playbook for how they go about questioning and probing a Supreme Court nominee, particularly around issues involving civil rights, issues involving women's rights, and issues involving human rights. So I would watch that one as closely as Tillerson. And I think Joe's probably right. Maybe they do need to the Trump team needs to take a closer look at Tillerson. But I think they've got great confidence that Rex Tillerson, you don't run ExxonMobil, a global company like that, without the ability to handle tough, delicate, difficult situations, which he clearly did for a long time.
Joe?
Yeah, I really think a lot of people with Rex Tillerson are going to, about 5 minutes in, they're going to see that Rex Tillerson controls the camera, controls the meeting room, every bit as much, the committee meeting room, every bit as much as somebody like, let's say, the Supreme Court Justice John Roberts did when he just completely wowed those that were questioning him and also the press. So I think McCain and Lindsey Graham may oppose. They're going to probably have to work their way back off of a cliff if they are. But I think Tillerson's going to be extraordinarily impressive in that room. But I want to go to you, Jake Sherman, on the Jeff Sessions question. I would say that Jeff Sessions would be facing probably the most problems of everyone up there, except for the fact he's a member of the club.
Yeah,
he's a member of the Senate. These people have worked with him. They've co-authored bills with him. They've had dinner with him. They have sat close to him. They've had friendships with him for over a decade. It's kind of hard to have somebody as your colleague and your friend, and then the second they turn on the Klieg lights, you call him a racist and a bigot. I don't think that's going to be a comfortable switch for a lot of Democrats. They'll play for the cheap seats. They'll play for the crowds. They'll bring up the quotes that he's already explained. But don't you agree with me? He's been very close to these people for a very long time.
Yeah, I think you're right, and as you and Harold know, there's a weird camaraderie even with people that hate each other on political issues, and I could even see someone like Manchin supporting Sessions, and I think Manchin and Sessions have met, and Manchin has said nice things about him. I mean, I think Manchin, who's up in 2018, obviously, and who's one of the key people to watch, if you're a Republican running against Manchin in 2018, the easy thing to say is that Joe Manchin voted against Donald Trump's Attorney General, who is going to crack down on immigration. I just think something like that is an easy attack line, and you're right. It's difficult for Republicans to look Sessions in the eye and say they're going to vote against him. I think you're absolutely right. But that doesn't mean that you're wrong. This is going to be a very tough and bruising confirmation process. I ultimately think you're right, and the member of the club survives.
Let's be honest, Joe. The reality is it's almost certain that every one of these nominees will be confirmed. Right. Some will have a rougher time than others. The Trump team has put very professional, skilled Sherpa teams around all these nominees. As Harold said, they're all going to be, including Tillerson, very well prepared. As you said, I think Tillerson, when people finally hear him talk, it's going to be revolutionized. It's going to take the confluence of an unprepared nominee, something that didn't come out in the vet that comes out during the hearing, and Democrats being very well organized to create the kind of grassroots pressure. The one exception is this Russia thing. But I think Tillerson has already, as was reported, has already started to diffuse it. McCain and Graham want to know that the administration is not going to be pro-Russia. And I think Tillerson's going to convince them it's going to be pro-America long enough and hard enough to get them to, at a minimum, abstain.